Hi, this is Fix My Fibro, and my name's Bernadette. So, today I want to talk about how common fibromyalgia is. I think the estimates of 4 to 8% that are put out there in research papers is way too low, way underreported. I literally meet fibromyalgics every single day, or someone who knows someone who's got it. I jump in an Uber, in a cab, whatever. They know someone. It's just every single day there is someone who knows someone who's got friends who have got it. I think that percentage of incidence is way too low. Why? Because when you don't diagnose accurately, you actually have no idea how many people in the population actually have it. So that is a huge issue. So if our illness of fibromyalgia is an underlying mast cell activation syndrome and this purinergic receptor defect, whether it's the receptor or, enzymes relating to processing it, I actually think we've got autoantibodies to purines, to tell you the truth, in our bloods, but that's another video. There's evidence for that, and that's another video to explain why the purine and the gouty side in fibromyalgia causes the extra pain, as opposed to an MCAS or a chronic fatigue syndrome, where they probably just have MCAS and maybe they've got other associated conditions to MCAS, like EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Another video, more explanations. Don't worry, they won't stop. So the differences in all of these illnesses, in long COVID, the differences in chronic fatigue syndrome, the differences to fibromyalgia, the differences to classical MCAS that's just really causing majorly a histamine intolerance, is variation in our genetics and variation in our disease presentation, therefore, and it's variation in the symptoms. But if we all have MCAS as our underlying immunological condition that is similar, or that is common to all of us, the incidence is huge. I can say, I read a research paper on the weekend, last weekend, that said that this research group estimated that they believed that the incidence was about 17 to 18% in the population. Well, they were just talking about just about MCAS, sorry, because it was a paper about long COVID and MCAS and how they're now relating that to chronic fatigue syndrome. So if you have that 17% for your long COVID MCAS people, then you add it's only 2 to 5% estimated or whatever for chronic fatigue syndrome, or it was years back when I first started researching more on chronic fatigue. It's probably increased now, the percentage of incidence that's expected. So you got 17% for your long COVID people. Then you've got, like, let's say 5 to 10% for your chronic fatigues. Then for your classical fibromyalgia, you've got 4 to 8% is bandied round, which I think is grossly underestimated. Can you just add up the numbers and see what percentage of the population has these conditions? MCAS is like the illness of the century, if you ask me, that is completely misunderstood, completely misdiagnosed, and completely underreported. If you don't understand the condition, you're not going to diagnose it, and the doctors just don't understand it. No disrespect intended, but you don't understand the complexity, you don't understand its severity, you don't have a diagnostic test that's blood-based to diagnose it. Therefore, none of us get diagnosed, none of us get treated, none of us get accurate information on supplementation and all the triggers, all the associated complexity relating to MCAS. There are very few immunologists on the planet that truly understand it and can communicate that. I can, because I've had it for active and severe for 25 years. And I know it intimately, and that's why I'm doing these videos to explain it, because there is so much you can do. I know I can help you by teaching you more about your illness, and hopefully some doctors will learn some things along the way, and immunologists, to accept that this is what's going on in the body. I've done it from a scientific perspective of just observing my symptoms and working backwards. Every symptom means something. You know, when your body is awash with hundreds of symptoms, which is what happens when you have a massive onset or when you have massive flares, it is like multiple bombs going off all over your body, and it is a war zone. It is terrible. And that's why it is completely debilitating and destroys your life, destroys your social life, destroys your personal life, destroys your family life, destroys your economic status, your work life. It destroys your financial life. It destroys every part of your life. You all know that. So I hope by explaining the condition, and then I'll talk a lot about managing it day to day, what I do intimately day to day, what I ate for breakfast this morning, what I do for exercise, all of these things, because you can get your life back. You can live with this condition. And the gouty side of it, the purinergic issues, the purine issues related to fibromyalgia, if that's what you've got. But you can live with it by managing it. It's about changing your lifestyle and understanding the illness that you have, or the illnesses that are making up your disease presentation. And then you can actually live your life, go traveling, work again, be happy, socialize, get your life back. I can't tell you the level of energy and the happiness I have restored in my life because I'm in control of my illness and I understand it intimately. And I need to teach you that. I need to teach you every little aspect of your illness so that you can manage it yourself. And hopefully the doctors will get on board and help with the medications that you need. And that just reminded me of a video I've got to do next about a potential of one of the prescription meds that the doctors prescribe for fibromyalgia, but it's actually contraindicated. You're actually told not to have it when you have MCAS. So there's another faux pas that causes more complex symptoms because of drug reactions that make your underlying MCAS worse. Anyway, we'll talk more soon. Hope you enjoyed the talk. Bye.